Hey YouTube, welcome back once again to Harley Day Rider. Your friend, good old HDR, out here on a lovely Sunday at, it's about 1 p.m. And it's about 72 degrees out. Not a bad day today. Would have been out riding a lot earlier today, but Mrs. HDR was leaving for a conference today, so she'll be spending well, Sunday through Wednesday at this conference she's going to, and I had to ride her to meet with her company people. I guess they're taking a van to the conference, so I had to meet with them and take her there. So I told her on the way up, I said, I think when I get home I'm going to take the bike out for a little spin. She said that sounds like a fine idea. So I got home, threw a pair of boots on, grabbed my gloves and my helmet, my camera, and here we are. So yeah, how many of you guys, I know I listen to you guys, I know Sam Smith and I think Stoney every now and then. I think you guys are both, occasionally you are bachelors. We're on that terminology of married bachelors. We're married, but you're going to batch it for a couple days. And then Mrs. HDR gets her payback because later I may be going to a conference. So if I go, then she may be bacheloretting it, I guess you would say. Anyway, as I was riding home from taking her to her workplace, I was looking around at the motorcycles driving by, and you know, I'm getting more and more of a feeling of more and more people out there. Even, I mean, now don't get me wrong, I don't want to come off bad. I mean, okay, wait. Let's talk about baggers, full baggers, the full dress Harley with the touring pack that we have on this bike, the hard saddle bags, the full works, right? Everything on this bike. It used to be considered an old man's bike. When I first bought this, my cousin even said, "Man, now he rides a Fat Bob." And he said, you know, one day I'll be buying an old man's bike like that too, you know, so I'll be comfortable riding around. And I thought, wait a minute, really? I don't want to be portrayed as an old man. But you know what? The more I'm looking around, it's not really the case. There's more and more younger guys today buying baggers, full baggers, or you know, the most popular bike being the the Street Glide. So if you buy a Street Glide, it's the most popular bike out there. That's a hard bag on the back bagger. The only thing you don't have is the touring pack. And a lot of times those guys buy those and they add the touring pack later anyway. I suggest if you're going to do that, buy the Ultra. And if you want it to look, if you want to go backwards, take the bag off. It's cheaper because that touring pack is very expensive to buy. Then you gotta get the mounting hardware mounted on there, and then the wiring harnesses, and it's a lot better. And I think you'd be a lot further off to buy the Ultra and remove the tour pack when you don't want it on. With that said, though, as I've been riding to work lately, and even was it yesterday we were taking the grandkids out to a pumpkin patch, and I was looking at the motorcycles driving by. Now yesterday it was like 85 degrees. But we had the schedule to spend the day with the grandkids, and you don't want to pass that up. But it was kind of funny to me because I was seeing a lot of different style bikes out there today. I don't just see, now I still have to say, and hopefully you won't unsubscribe if I tell you this, I still think Harley Davidson is the #1 brand on the road. Not the #1 brand, but the most bike on the road is Harley Davidson. And I still believe that is because they did something early on in the early days of Harley Davidson, and they came up with this great plan to make all these independent dealers out there. So they have dealers like everywhere, you know. And then you got these other companies that, and I don't know if Honda, well, I think Indian is independent dealers also, but I don't think Honda, I don't know, is Honda owned by Honda? I don't really know. Kawasaki and all those other ones. So I think it's the sheer fact of the number of dealers out there that you're running into is why we see so many Harley Davidsons on the road. You know, maybe it's just the brand. It's a brand. I can't even say it's brand loyalty. But maybe, possibly, it's brand recognition, right? Because people see you riding a Harley, they want to buy a Harley. Now let's back it up a minute though. I just told you I've seen many other different style bikes out. Alright, so I've seen many other bikes on the road. And one brand I've been seeing a lot of lately is BMW. Does anybody know why? I mean, I don't. But, I mean, it's a beautiful bike. Don't get me wrong. I think BMWs are cool. Outside those suitcases they put on the back, which are kind of weird looking saddlebags. And I looked at one closely a few weeks ago. It was sitting in a parking lot, and I'm thinking, how in the world would I ever be comfortable sitting on that with my legs bent backwards all day when you're riding? Is it comfortable? Any of you guys have a BMW out there? Maybe you can tell me if it's comfortable or not. And let me know what you're thinking there. I also see a lot of, they call them metric bikes, right? Metric bikes, Hondas, Kawasaki's, Suzuki's. And I've been seeing a lot of these bikes around. I mean, again, beautiful bikes, right? But, I don't know. So I don't know if, in fact, Harley Davidson will ever lose their brand recognition that they have out there. I just don't get it. I don't know. But I do know that I do see a lot of other bikes out in the wild today, and people are riding, you know, pretty much every style bike, and that's fine. That brings me on to the last part of this discussion, and as you can see, this is going to be a pretty short rip. Look at the sky up there. Now, of course, I got dark sunglasses on, but don't look like bike day's doing much good down here. Everybody brought their car. But yeah, so I'm going to bring one more topic to you here. And that last topic is demo days. I told Mrs. HDR, I said, oh man, I missed the demo day today. I really want to get out and try some of the new 2018s. But you know, I've been to a lot of demo days. You folks have seen my demo videos. I've been to a lot of demo days for both Harley Davidson and Indian Motorcycle. And what I can tell you there is very kindly, I guess, they're beautiful bikes. I love riding brand new motorcycles, I do. You know, but of course it's going to feel different. Even if you go out and test drive a brand new car, it's going to feel different. A brand new car, right, they're tight, they're you know, they're very responsive to everything. They're shiny and new. We like shiny and new things. But at the end of the day, I still have to say that, and you know, a lot of you guys watching the video knows that myself and Mrs. HDR took this bike and we took it all the way to Wyoming. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Sundance, Wyoming. I mean, it wasn't around the corner. Took this bike all the way out there, and she ran great. Now I do keep the maintenance up on the bike every 5,000 miles. You guys know that. As well as I've done a lot of upgrades to her. Well, the garage has. I paid for it, and they did the upgrades to her. But she runs like a top, man. I mean, she's running amazing. Maybe I shouldn't talk so fast about her here. Sometimes you just gotta pet the old bike here, right? But yeah, she runs great. You know, I use only premium gas, ultra high test in her, 93 octane or higher if I can find it. And it would be hard for me to buy a brand new bike. And you keep seeing all this stuff about, you know, Harley Davidson and Indian motorcycles. Their stocks are dropping, and they're kind of wondering why. I told Mrs. HDR last night, I said, I don't even wonder why anymore. I don't wonder why their stocks are dropping. I mean, walk into a Harley Davidson dealer or an Indian dealer. If you don't have, you know, $20,000 to plop down on a motorcycle, you're not getting a new motorcycle. That's a hard pill to swallow, because here in Pennsylvania, we know that we're going to ride, you know, you may get a day or so on and off in the off season. But most of the times, honestly, your bike's going to be parked from, let's say, November. If you're lucky, April. If you're not lucky, May. So you're going to drop $20,000, or if you want to buy an Ultra, maybe $25,000 to $27,000, you know, to ride 6 months a year. Where do you keep what you have? Do you keep the bike? I mean, I'm still making payments on this one too. I didn't buy it brand new. I bought it used. I'd love to buy a brand new bike. But then the common sense factor kicks in and I said, well, do I want to buy a new bike? Well, Mrs. HDR is just totally way against it. You know, if I was making, I don't know, if I was making $200,000 a year and I had a lot of income, disposable income, then by all means, we would go out and buy a brand new bike. It wouldn't really matter. Maybe that's the people buying them, but those people are few and far in between. You know, most people have to also in this area, and I know most of the northern states have to have a car because we have to work in the wintertime, so they have to have a car of some sort. I mean, we have 2 cars and we have a motorcycle, and we both love riding them. Well, I probably love riding a motorcycle more than Mrs. HDR, but she does. She does love it. She just doesn't want to admit it. That's the big thing about that Mrs. HDR. But to go out and buy a brand new one, I just don't know. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, this is a 2011. I told you, a 2011 Electra Glide Classic. Yes, we'd like to have the big Ultra, a brand new Ultra, you know, a classic with all the speakers in the back. And I mean, I am dying for ABS braking. I have slid this bike sideways so many times, it scares the piss out of me. Not on purpose, just I go to stop, and the first thing you do is jam that rear brake, and you get that back spin, right? And it scares the piss out of you. And I would really, really go for ABS braking. But other than that, you know, the bigger engine, I don't know. This has the 96 cubic inch engine on it. But with the Stage 1 kit done to her, it runs really good. I mean, I don't know if I need any more speed. I can make it to 80 mile an hour on the highway. I can make it to 80 mile an hour on the highway. And here, there's a lot of pickup. So, I mean, I got a lot of pickup out of the gate. I got a lot of torque around bends. So, do I really need any more than that? You know, or is it just one of those, you know, I want the bragging rights. I got a 117 or I got a 107 engine, or, you know, I don't know. Again, if I can afford it, I'd be like a lot of the guys out there, I would probably do it. Wouldn't make sense, but I would do it. So yeah, what's your thoughts on that, folks? I'd like to hear from you. So again, I said this is just going to be a nice short ride. Hopefully this truck can get around me, or I'll have to get around him. It's going to be a short ride here anyway today. Got 3 different trikes right there. That's another bike that's coming up in popularity, man. People riding trikes. Years ago, you wouldn't see anybody on a trike. Now, every third bike's a trike. Or a Can-Am Spider. Craziness. Alright folks, thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. Also, please smash the thumbs up button and give this video a thumbs up. Let's see how many thumbs up we can get on this particular video. Have a great day. Remember, ride your own ride out there. Be safe. I will talk to you next time. Harley Dayrell's going to be down and out in the lovely, getting ready to rain, southwestern Pennsylvania. Bye-bye for now. Oh, it's raining already. There's the rain. All right, bye-bye, folks. Did you ever notice we drive faster when it's going to rain? Like, gotta get home, might get wet. Kind of crazy. Felt like one of my saddlebags over. Aha, later.